everybody, it's me Adele and welcome to my channel Sew for Serenity, where I talk to you about my sewing journey. Welcome back if you're a regular viewer, and if you're new here, I hope you enjoy this vlog and consider subscribing to me. So welcome to #Friday Sews, where I tell you all about what I've been doing in the world of sewing and what my plans are for the week ahead. Right, first of all, what am I wearing? Well, I am wearing my Billy sweatshirt that I made in this black French terry, and I stitched on this hand stitched on this trim that I was gifted by my friend Sarah from Sew Sarah's Style, and I absolutely love this top. It was a cheap fabric with some gifted trim, and I had a vision in my head and it just worked out so well, and I just love it. Really like this. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing today, the Billy sweatshirt. So what did I get up to this week? Well, the most exciting thing that I did was go to my sewing social. Now that was being ran by the lovely Bex from What Bex Sews, who is just fabulous. Met her a few times now, and yeah, I think even if we didn't have sewing in common, I feel like we would be friends outside of sewing, because I think there's quite a lot of similarities and we get on really well. Well, I think we do. She might hate me. But no, yeah, we had a fabulous time. So Northampton is where Bex lives, and that's where she held her sewing social. It's about just over an hour away from me, quite a nice drive, and I'd never been there before, so it was really exciting to go. It was held in this lovely little community centre, which was a massive room. It was absolutely amazing. They've got all of the tables set out, tea and coffee. It was really good facilities, and I took my new faff machine with me, so that was exciting. And I was initially going to take my carry shirt with me, but I'd run out of thread. I hadn't realised I'd run out of thread, so I had to order some more in the ivory colourway, and that hadn't come in time. So what I did take with me is my friend Debbie's robe that I'm making her for her 40th birthday, which is in July. So that is this fabric, this gorgeous heart fabric, and I got quite away with it actually. I'll just pop it on to show you. So there we go. Lovely robe. I've got one arm, and I actually French seamed it as well, which I totally regretted afterwards. Quite big French seams. I need to get better at making them a little bit smaller, but yeah, that was my French seam. And yeah, so I got quite a way. It was a bit of a pain to sew, if I'm being really honest. This fabric, when will I learn that slippy stuff just does not press well? So that's in progress. That's the Ligon robe by Cashmerette. So yeah, that's what I was sewing. I got to meet lots of new people and some people that I already knew. So yeah, that was really lovely. Also Grace, the Nan That Sews MK, was there, who I talked to a lot on Instagram, and sent me the faff foot for my faff machine. And yeah, just chatting to people. It was just a really enjoyable day. The day just flies by. And there was some really lovely mates being made as well. Yeah, just enjoyed it. And Bex did a fabulous job of running it. So if you're in the Northampton area and fancy coming to a social, she's going to hold one every month. So if you head over to What Bex Sews on Instagram, she'll have all her details of her sewing social there. But yeah, absolutely loved it. They also had a swaps table, and I was really good. I was totally not going to get any fabric. And I actually didn't take anything off the swap table until the lovely Sian, who was sat on our table, we were talking about the Stitch and Ink boxes, and had a fabric come in her Stitch and Ink box that she just wasn't her, and she said it was paisley, and I love paisley, and she said, well, you can have it if you want. So I did take it, because it was a really decent length of fabric, probably I think 2.5 meters, 3 meters, and it was a really lovely purple colourway, burgundy colourway, which is really my colour. So I'll just show you that. So this is the fabric. It's patchwork, it's paisley, it's all the things I love. Yeah, what can I say? I love these mauves, these like dark red. That will make a gorgeous summer dress for me, and I really like it. So yeah, I've got I feel like there's 3 meters there, to be honest with you. So that's a really good, decent Destash fabric to get. So thank you very much, Sean, and I will be hopefully making something in that. And it's really good quality viscose as well, feels lovely. So that was a fabric that I took, but I did take lots of fabrics to Destash that were left over from the last sewing social that I went to. So yeah, so that was that. Then afterwards, I'd kind of mentioned to Bex about this little Aladdin's Cave that she always talks about. So Bex has a local fabric store that is an independently run fabric store that is run by this lovely lady in Northampton, and it's a bit like an Aladdin's Cave. That's how she always describes it. There's fabric everywhere, you know, it's very, very cheap, have to rummage around, etc. And I just really wanted to go while I was over there. Now obviously there wasn't any fabric that I needed. I didn't really want to spend any money on fabric, but I did want to go. So Bex was like, I'll take you if you want. So after the sewing social, me and Bex headed over to this wonderful little Aladdin's Cave. It was so lovely. Yeah, I did put a bit, I've got a photograph actually and a bit of footage that I'll pop in. And I did buy 3 fabrics. I was very reserved. I could have gone completely mad, but there was 3 fabrics that really caught my eye. The one, because it was so cheap, to be honest with you, this was a viscose, and it was £3.50 I think a metre, and I got 3 metres of this, and it's just this really nice wine coloured leopard print. And I'm thinking the Zadie, once I've sorted the fit out on it, this will make a really nice Zadie, you know, and it'll be something that I won't need to worry about cutting into. So yeah, that is for a Zadie, and yeah, £3.50 a metre, you cannot moan. And it's got a bit of a fault on the selvage, but that's fine. And yeah, I think that's a bargain. So I got that one, and then I saw this fabric, which is kind of a poly silky fabric. And it's like a patchwork in all these beautiful greens and turquoises, and again just kind of fell in love with that one. That was £7 a metre, and just got a couple of metres of that. Just thought it was really, really beautiful, and again we'll make something nice for the summer. And then the final fabric I got 2 metres of, because it was fairly pricey, it was 12 metres, but I just fell in love with it and I kept going back to it. And this is it. It's got these gorgeous turquoise feathers with sequins on, and this scalloped edge. And I have no idea what I'm going to make with it. I'm thinking 2 metres might be enough for a shift dress. You know, that would be lovely as a little overlay. Sorry, I'll have to do it this way. I think this would be really beautiful as a little overlay. You could do something really cute with the scallops on the edges, and yeah, I just fell in love with it. Like I say, I have no idea what I'm going to make with it, but I think at Christmas it would make a gorgeous little party dress. So yeah, fell in love and had to buy it, and that's what I did. So had that as well. So yeah, I think I spent about £40 in there in total, which was not planned for, but hey ho. What was good? What it was always, it was inevitable, wasn't it? If me and Bex went shopping, fabric shopping. She did buy a couple of fabrics as well, but she didn't spend anywhere near as much as I did, because mine in comparison to what's in there was quite expensive. But head over to her channel and see what she purchased. Okay, so what else have I been doing? Now I have, if you've watched my Little Miss So and So vlog, you'll see that I have made up my I-Done dress by Floem Patterns, and it wasn't the success that I hoped it was going to be. As I won't go into too much detail, but as I shared, I had this gorgeous fabric that I just loved from Little Miss So and So, and I chose the I-Done dress because the other option was the Mabel dress, and I just really didn't fancy that. So I decided to go for this with the idea of lengthening it into a maxi, and I don't love it, to be honest with you. Such a shame, but I'm glad I tried it. I now know that the waist for me is in the wrong place. I don't have a very defined waist, so I quite like things to cut off higher up here, just on my high waist here, and flare out, and that gives me the shape that I need. This dress doesn't do that. It's got a waist seam that's a little bit lower, which just makes me look squarer, and I just feel like I look like a rectangle in this dress, whereas with maxi dresses that don't have a waist seam, it doesn't draw the eye to my waist, and it just looks better. So it was really worthwhile, because now I know that it's going to be really helpful going forward. But yeah, I've got quite a lot of this fabric left, and I've got big panels of this fabric, so I will definitely salvage something out of this. But yeah, it's just not for me, this dress, for many reasons. I'll put a photograph in it. I didn't take loads of photos because I didn't feel great in it, to be honest with you. I've had lots of lovely feedback from you all, and thank you for your kind comments. It means a lot, but it just isn't for me. And that's okay, because we're not always going to love everything we make, are we? And it's okay to share that. And initially I was a bit disappointed because it felt like a sewing fail, but actually talking to you about it and saying, you know, being able to now articulate why I don't like it, it's not because of my body and me not liking my body, it's to do with how it makes my body look, and that's the garment's fault, not my fault. And I know now that, you know, that's what I need to make going forward. I'm making another, I'll talk to you about, you know, I'm making another dress which is a fitted figure hugging dress, but because it doesn't have a waist seam, that will make me feel much better. So yeah, I don't see it as a sewing fail, I see it as a sewing positive, or a sewing win, that I've now learnt more about not only my body shape and what suits me, but my style as well. If you want to see my unboxing, I'll put a link to my other vlog up here where I talk you through my selection of the pattern and fabric, and the unboxing of the subscription box, and then obviously the reveal, and I go into it a bit more detail. So that's all the new sewing that I've been doing this week, but what I have had some success in is my Zadie, so let me show you. So for those of you that will remember, I made my Zadie in this fabric that I got from the social that I went to a few weeks ago, and I decided to use it to make a toile of the Zadie. And in my last week's Friday sews, I shared with you that my Zadie, although it looked okay, did have some fit issues that I wanted to resolve, because although probably no one else could notice it, I knew, and I wanted to get it to fit right. So the problems that I had was the shoulders were too far forward, so the seams were here, and my neck was too high as a result. And then I also had quite a lot in the crotch area. I had quite a lot of bagginess, although the rise of the crotch was fine. I had quite a lot of excess fabric here. So a lot of you suggested, made some suggestions about what I could do, and one of the things that from my research, and I think a few people mentioned it, was a sway back adjustment, which I've never had to do before on any other patterns, to be honest. I'd never actually ever made a paper theory pattern, so maybe it's just on this block. So anyway, what I thought I'd do first of all was make the sway back adjustment, and it seemed quite simple. So what you basically do for a sway back adjustment is you keep it the same at the side seam, so that the side seams don't get shortened or lengthened, but you actually basically take a big chunk out at the middle. And what I basically did was pinned it, and as you can see, it tapers across like that, to about, I would say that's 5 centimetres, of 5 centimetres here going down to nothing here, and just tapers in. And obviously the same at the back there, which then means that I've got about 5 centimetres at the middle going outwards, so basically like a wedge out of each side of the bodice, which basically accounts for that sway back. And basically sway back is where your back, instead of being straight, kind of goes in like that, which obviously creates shortness in that area but not on the sides. So what that's actually done to my back is, you can see that there's a seam here, and obviously because this is a twirl, that's okay. So yeah, I haven't lined up the middle seam there because it is just a twirl, but that was able to then check the fit. And what I'll do now is I'll put this on and show you what difference it's made. So this is me actually wearing the Zadie now. So now I didn't take a picture of the before, but I don't know if you remember, but before it was really forward on my shoulder like this, and it was really high up on my neck. So now that I've made that adjustment that I've just shown you, you can see that the shoulder seam line is really, really well aligned now just on my shoulder. And you can see that the back is now not that, you know, it was really high up on my neck, and now it's sitting just really nicely. And the great thing about making that one adjustment is that it has actually, because that has actually raised the back up, it means that all of this, I had loads of excess here that was just like kind of like, I don't know, kind of gathering here. Because this now, the back is pulled the back is pulled down now to pull the shoulders back. It meant that all the excess fabric here has moved up and basically fixed that problem as well. So by that one adjustment, it's fixed the Zadie. So really happy with that. And what I've done is transferred onto the pattern. So you can see here, this is the wedge that I've took out. So basically, the amendment that I made stitch wise, I've measured it and made that amendment onto the pattern piece. So now obviously you need to keep that line straight, and that will take that wedge, which will take out all the excess fabric on my sway back, but obviously keeping this seam here the same length so that it matches up with the front. So I'm going to do a twirl of the top again, and just see if that's okay. Now I do have some more of this fabric left, so I am thinking maybe put it in this fabric to actually make this more wearable. I mean, I can wear this now, but it has got that seam at the back where I've made that adjustment, and seeing as I've got some more of this fabric, I might just test it out for real on this, because it won't take long to do that. So yeah, I'm really happy with that adjustment, and yeah, really happy that the Zadie fits perfectly now, and once I just test out that my pattern works okay, I can then decide to make loads of Zadies in the comfort that it's going to fit me. Right, so I'm just going to take this off now and pop back into my other clothes. Okay, so that's all the sewing I've done. So what else have I got to tell you about? Well, I have had an amazing bit of news. And I don't know if I showed you, but that my overlocker had broken. So what I was finding when I was overlocking my seams, I was getting skip stitches. Let me see if I've got an example of it for you. So here, let me show you this example of where. So you can see here, it's skipped a stitch. And it was doing that, and I couldn't understand why it was doing it. I checked the thread tension was fine, never had a problem with that before. The needles weren't bent, I changed the needles. The blade, I changed the blade. All the things that it talked about that could be wrong with it was wrong with it. And in the end, what I had to do was take the first needle off, so I just had a 3 loop, and that worked fine. So if you can see on here, I overlocked the edges with just the 3, and it obviously was fine that way. So I carried on doing quite a bit of research, and I actually figured out that it could be the needle plate. Now, when I first got my overlocker, I did have quite a few instances where I, you know, forgot to take a pin out and broke my needle, and, you know, the overlocker was not happy. And I think what's happened there is it's damaged the needle plate. So I had a look at the needle plate and then realised that it was damaged. So not only... this is a needle plate. Not only has it got like needle marks where the needle's obviously bent and then hit, this little needle here should have another one here, and that is completely snapped off. So that was why I was having the issue with the skip stitches. So I have ordered a new needle plate, and it's coming today. I think it was £30, which is not great, but obviously once I replace this, my overlocker should start working okay. So I feel really happy that my overlocker is back, because I have missed it, and it has prevented me doing some of the sewing that I wanted to do this week. So hopefully when that comes, that will work, and I'm so glad that I was able to solve it. So very happy with that. But I thought you'd like to see that, you'd find that interesting. And so plans for the week ahead. So first things first, when my thread comes, hopefully today, I need to finish this carry blouse, because it's starting to annoy me, collecting dust. So yeah, I don't want to go too much on about it, but yeah, done the one sleeve, need to finish the other sleeve, hem it, and then pop the buttons on. So yeah, just waiting for my thread, and then I will be using my new buttonhole machine, which I cannot wait. So my new buttonholer on my new faff, which I cannot wait to do, so that will be exciting. So that needs to be finished off. And then I want to make my Recreate the Look dress. Yes, I know I've missed it. I've missed the cut off. I'll put a picture in of my Recreate the Look dress. So basically, I got this mesh fabric from Barry's, which was like £2 a metre. And I have this vision in my head of a mesh, long sleeved, high neck, right down to the bottom, figure hugging dress in this mesh with a black kind of just slightly shorter, probably just about the knee, black slip underneath, and yeah, I just really like that look. So obviously I haven't been able to do it because my overlocker's not working and I need my overlocker, but I am going to cut out the McCalls, which I have made before, McCall 7999, and I'm going to make this version here with the high neck. I have made it before in a velvet fabric, which if I can find a photograph I'll put in the small. I'm going to have to size up to the medium this time round because I'm a bit bigger, but yeah, I'm going to make it in this. And then I have cut out the is it the Lola tank? The Lola dress, racer back dress, in a black viscose jersey that I had in my stash, and that's going to go underneath. And hopefully that's going to be quite quick to come together. As soon as my overlocker's working, there's black thread on it, it's ready to go. And I've also cut out this fabric as well in the small, and that's ready to go as well. So I'm hoping to get that made up this week, and I cannot wait. So yeah, excited about that. And I think with a pair of black tights and a pair of boots, it will look really, really nice. Or even, you know, with a pair of black sandals, it'll look nice as well. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, and that's something I really want to get done. And it's on my May plans as well, if you check out my May plans video. And then other plans that I've got for this week is I really want to do some twirling. I've really enjoyed getting the fit right on the Zadie. So the things I want to do this week is I want to recut out, as I said, the Zadie bodice and just check that I'm really happy with that adjustment that I've made. Because although I've adjusted it on the Zadie and that fits perfect, I just want to make sure that I've translated that onto my pattern correctly before I cut into any nice fabric. So that is one of my plans. The other thing that I want to do as well, I want to start my make for Sew Confident. I want to start my make for the Sew Confident brand ambassadorship that I've got. So Sew Confident is a wonderful sewing school franchise ran by Jenny in Glasgow, and there's a couple of other schools as well in Chorley and Dundee, and I am a brand ambassador for them, and I have got some fabric from them to make some fabrics and patterns. So the first fabric that I've got is this beautiful Liberty fabric which I shared last week. It's a poplin. I've never sewn with a Liberty fabric, to be honest with you. I have got some in my stash, but I've not got any poplin, so this is a bit weightier than the lawn, and I'm going to be making an Ingrid dress. Put a picture of it up here. So I have that pattern, and I'm umming and ahhing between two sizes. So what I thought I would do is make the bodice up in some 12 fabric before I cut into this. So this needs to be completed by the end of May because they're going to display it in their window. So what I want to do is get a 12 made up, and then I can be really confident I'm cutting into this and it's going to fit. Because I think that dress is a little bit oversized, and I just want to make sure I get the balance right on it, not too oversized, and yeah, get the fit really, really right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to twirl that this week. And then that's it really, that's all my plans. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is thank you to everybody that signed up for the Confident Capsule Collection challenge that was being ran by Sew Confident over the 3-day period. It was really, really good. I think I had about 50 people sign up, so from watching the vlogs and everything, so that was really, really good, and I hope you got some benefit from it. And what I wanted to talk to you about now is the Confident Capsule Collection course that Jenny is actually offering. Now this is a 12-week course. If you were somebody that signed up to that challenge, you would have got a newsletter about this. But it's a 12-week course, and it's made up of tutorials and recordings and in-live sew-alongs over a 12-week period. And basically, you get to create a capsule wardrobe. Now, lots of people talk about difficulties with creating a capsule wardrobe. Well, this is going to be done for you. So Jenny selected 7 items of clothing, and the clothing items are, and I'll flash them up on screen. You've got a pair of jeans, amazing, a jeans jacket as well, denim jacket, a jumper, a shirt, a top, a wrap skirt, a dress with shearing, and a bag. So that will create your capsule wardrobe, and they're designed to be able to mix and match and you know, create that capsule wardrobe. The course will be live every single week at Thursday at 6:30, starting from the 25th of May. And you don't have to join live. You don't have to be sewing along when you join. You can just watch with a cup of tea or a glass of wine. You can watch the pre-recorded tutorials, etc. And yeah, it's going to be for beginners or people who just want to hone their skills. I really want to go on this course, and if people sign up for this course, a certain amount, I actually do get, I'll be totally honest with you, I do get a free place on this course. However, if I don't, I'm still going to go ahead and book this course, because although I know how to do a lot of these techniques, like buttonholes, I've never really been taught how to do it. And I actually learned how to sew from Sew Confident. I went on the beginners course and it was so good. So the beginners dressmaking course, and it was so good. So I'm really keen to go on these and learn some hints and tips around things. What Jenny's talked about is there's no one way to skin a cat, basically. There's lots of different ways that you can do things. So she's going to be sharing that with you. And there will be new techniques that I learn. I'm desperate to make a pair of jeans. I've looked into courses for that before, and they are in the hundreds of pounds. So I'm thinking about doing all this in one go is going to be really beneficial and cost effective. So included in the cost of the course is access forever to all of those tutorials. You get lifetime access to their community and their VIP, and you get 9 months access to their VIP club. Now the VIP club is worth £225, and it's basically sew-alongs, tutorials, etc. in that VIP club. You get 7 paper sewing patterns, and they are style art patterns, I've seen them. And the patterns go between 32 inch to a 61 inch hip, so very size inclusive, and that's worth £85. You've got all the fabrics and notions for all of the garments, including a fabric godmother fabric, so that comes to a total of £320. And then obviously you've got the membership for the VIP club, which is worth about £220. And 25% of the people that did the course last year have signed back up again to do it again. So even though they learnt all those skills, they're doing it again because they found it so good. So as I said, the 7 items of clothing, and the techniques that they're going to be taught on this course are pattern matching, full bust adjustments, lengthening or shortening a pattern, stretch fabrics, button stand, zips, shirring, facings, and loads more stuff. So it's a really comprehensive course, and I'm really excited. Now, if you want to sign up for this course, it is £650, which is a lot of money. I appreciate that, but considering everything that you're getting, it's good value for money. Now, you can pay monthly, and you can choose to pay over 12 months or over 6 months, so it can be affordable. I think over 12 months it works out to be £50 a month, and that's probably what I'll end up doing, to be honest with you. I will pay for this on a monthly basis, and yeah, you get all your fabric sent to you in one go, and they do post outside of the UK as well, so international shipping is on there. They ship worldwide, so if you're sat in America and you think this would be amazing for you, don't have to worry about the time difference, because you can watch the pre-recorded elements of it. It's all recorded and accessible after the fact, and you get all of your fabrics and notions, etc., all sent out in one go. So yeah, if you want to sign up for this course or find out a little bit more, please follow the link in my comments below, and I hope to see you there, because I will be doing it no matter what. So yeah, really great. And then final 2 things that I want to talk to you about is, I mentioned to you that I want to do a questions and answer edition of my vlog. So I've had a few questions off my community page, but if you've got a question for me, and it can be about sewing, non-sewing, anything you want, please pop it in the comments below or private message me, and I will be putting them all together and doing a whole vlog on that. So I just wanted to tell you about a YouTuber that I found and I am really enjoying. Her name is Sam, and she is called Sequin Girlies Creates, and I think she's launched 3 vlogs so far, Friday Sews and a Make 9, which I really enjoyed. So if you are looking for a new vlogger, please head over to her channel. I'll pop a link to her channel up here somehow, so you can go straight there, and I'll also put her details in the notes below. And then the final thing that I just wanted to say to you is, I probably won't get loads of sewing done this week because it is my wedding anniversary on Sunday. So I have been married for a year, can you believe it? I'll put a little picture in of me and my hubby when we got married, and my dress, more importantly. There is a wedding edition vlog if you fancy going back and finding it, where I put some pictures of the day for you. But yeah, we are going away to Wales for a night in a hotel, very much looking forward to it, and I'm going to wear my Hope dress for the meal because it's kind of smart casual, and I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, not much sewing this weekend for me, but lovely fun things where I'm going to get to wear my me maids. So that's all for me for now. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Please click the like button if you have. If you don't subscribe already, please click the subscribe button. And if you want to support my channel further, I do have a Ko-fi account and you can buy me a virtual coffee. So yeah, that's it for me, and I'll see you all soon. Happy sewing. Bye.